In this lesson for InDesign, we're going to look at tabs and how to use them effectively. They can be a little bit tricky because they are based on the column width. So if you change your column width, you have to change your tabs as well. But they're pretty easy to apply. Now I've got my menu here, and I'll zoom in on a couple of paragraphs. One thing we have to understand is that tabs work on paragraphs. So if you want to keep things in the new paragraph, you may have to apply what we call a soft return. That would be a shift return, and it keeps it in the same paragraph, it puts it on the next line. So you got to keep that in mind, and we'll talk more about paragraphs and their nature as we go along. Alright, so I want to put this price over here to the edge of the column, and I want it to be done with a tab, and I want periods in there. So I'm going to put my cursor right here after cheese. I think there's already a tab character there. We'll make sure. Yep, you just can't see it because it's not set up. And I put it in there just by hitting the tab key. So now let's go up to the type menu, two tabs. We get this little palette, and I always like to place it on the column, and then you can stretch it across so you can see the entire column. Now up here we have choices of left tabs, centered tabs, right tabs, and center on a decimal. So if you're setting up a table of numbers and you have decimal numbers, you can center them on the decimal side. We want this tab to be a right tab. In other words, it's going to be flush right. So we click on that symbol, and then we simply go to this white line and we click, and notice we get a black line, and I'm holding the mouse key down and sliding it over until it's almost to the edge of the column. Sometimes you can go a little too far with it, like so. Now you see that our price now is over to the side here, and so that tab is set up that way. Now notice that my tab is still selected. It's highlighted. Okay, if I were to click another tab, you see that would be highlighted. If I want to get rid of a tab, I just grab it and drag it off of there. So I'm going to select my right tab there, and then I'm going to go to the box that says leader, and I'm going to put a period in there, and I just hit a return key to apply it. You see it's got these periods. Now those periods are pretty heavy and dark looking, so I can go in here, and after my period I can put a space in. I'm just hitting a return key again, and you can space them out. I've seen some where they use 2 spaces. Alright, now that I've got my tab set up here with my leader the way I want, I can go up to my palette up here. I could redefine the basic paragraph style, and now that is applied everywhere. You see we had tabs already set up. I also could make a new style for just paragraphs with that tab set up. Now you notice that this one here has one dot, and it goes to the next line. So this is where that soft return comes in. What we're going to do is just add a line to the paragraph. We'll call it line break, and we're not going to create a new paragraph, so it'll all still be in the same paragraph, and the same style will apply to the whole thing. We hold the shift key down and then hit return, and that gives us this. And we have the same issue here. Want to make sure we put the cursor before the tab. Notice there's a tab character in there, and so we put it there and we hit shift return. Now if you want to see the tab characters, you can go up to the type menu to show hidden characters, and it'll show you where those tabs are. Here's a soft return. Okay, here's a tab. Now these here, you see the tab right there. It's that little arrow. Okay, we'll zoom in a little bit. I can get rid of this. There's what a tab looks like, and it shows you spaces, paragraphs, and soft returns. And that again, that is under the type menu to show hidden characters. It says hide now, so we can get rid of them by hiding them, or we can show them. So that's tabs, and you can set up multiple tabs in columns to create columns. lots of different ways you can use tabs, and this certainly is a good application for that.